Okay, sir.
Welcome to GATE 2025 Solutions of Computer Science Forenoon Session. Dear friends, this year paper seems to be on moderate side. As per the feedback from students, we have found that paper is little moderate to easier side, but at the end it depends on your performance. GATE is all about the accuracy, and if you have maintained accuracy, you will score good marks. Further, I would like to tell you that madeeasy will be providing the solutions based on memory, because these questions which have been submitted to us, they are given by the students, they are memory based. There may be some data missing or some incomplete data that you can also keep on commenting in the comment box. If you find more data is available, please do comment in the comment box. We will try our best to provide the nearest possible solution, जो सबसे क्लोजेस्ट हो सकता है, सबसे नियरेस्ट हो सकता है, वो सॉल्यूशन आपको देंगे. मेडीजी के टीचर्स ही सब्जेक्ट वाइज डिस्कस करेंगे और जैसे जैसे और क्वेश्चंस हमें रिसीव होते जाएंगे, वी विल कीप ऑन डिस्कसिंग एंड दिस इज द फोरनून सेशन. फर्दर मैं बताना चाहूँगा कि अगर आपको गेट 2026 के लिए कोई भी अगर आपको सपोर्ट चाहिए, डू नॉट हेजिटेट, वेदर यू वांट ऑफलाइन कोर्स और ऑनलाइन कोर्स, या फिर आपका कोई सब्जेक्ट वीक है, आप आ सकते हैं. अगर आप मेडीजी स्टूडेंट हैं, अगर आपका कोई सब्जेक्ट छूटा हुआ है, 1 और 2 सब्जेक्ट्स, आप आकर के क्लास में कर सकते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट एंड नाउ आई विल कॉल टू दी मिस्टर बालाकृष्णा टू कंटिन्यू दी सॉल्यूशंस. या प्लीज.
Thank you so much, sir. Good afternoon, all of you. कैसे हैं सब लोग? Hope your exam went well. You can comment, okay, how was the exam and level of the exam, difficulty level of the exam. So I spoke to a couple of students. So many students given the feedback that the paper is easy to moderate, but some questions are lengthy. Okay, so what they said is some questions are lengthy but not very difficult. So there were some questions were time taking but not lengthy but not very difficult. So that is the feedback I have received. So you can also comment from your side. Okay. So some questions saying that okay, some questions are from in the data structures. Okay, they question from linked list, they question from recursion. So they were little lengthy questions. And in the operating system there are some questions okay, based on the round robin scheduling. So they were given the 2 queues. So it was easy but little lengthy. Okay, lengthy question. So let's discuss. You can also give comment, okay, from your side, how was your paper, right? Right, okay, fine. So first I will start with the questions, okay, memory based questions, okay, in the programming and data structure. Right. So let's see the some questions, okay, memory based questions in the programming and data structures. So this is the question asked from the pointers, okay. So simple function is given and you are passing some address to the function and is asking what is the value printed, okay. So I can say this is a very easy question, right? I think everyone has solved this question, and just check the data, okay, is the data is correct? I think question is visible on the screen. So it is asking what is the output of the following, okay, C program. So if you observe integer main, okay, integer star z, okay, so pointer variable, and a equal to 20 and b equal to 25. So let's have it here. So let's say variable a, so a value is 20, let's take address is 100, and next b, okay, value is 25, let's take some address 200, okay. So in the pointer variable z, what you are storing here, address of a. So in the pointer variable z, you are storing address of a, so that is 100, okay, it is pointing to this. And next he is calling some function foo, f-o-o, and is passing what, z comma b. Now tell me what is z. So z means variable name inside value, so that is 100, and b, what is the b value you are having, 25. So these two parameters, okay, passed into the function. So when these two parameters passed in the function, you have to check the receiver should be same. You are passing the pointer here, right? So here, okay, it should be the pointer variable, right? Okay, so now tell me what is the address you are passing here? 100. So remember, p is a pointer variable here, so you received 100 here, and x is a integer variable, so what you are passing x, okay, that is 25. So when you are passing, so this is a star here, okay, right, pointer variable, because when you are passing address, receiver must be pointer variable. So okay, when you are passing address 100 here, so this is also started pointing to this, correct. So now what you are storing here, okay, in the star p you are storing x. Now tell me what is the x value here? 25. Star p means what does that replicates? Star p means what? Value at the location. What is the location p is holding? 100. The okay value at the location 100 you are trying to modify with the x. Now tell me what is the x value? 25. So value at the location 100, value at the location 100, here you are changing that with the 25. So this value is getting modified. Now so when you come back to the okay main function, so is simply printing printf %d a. Now tell me what is the a value you are having? 25. Okay, so the output of this question, output of this okay question is answer is what? 25. So this is the answer. So you can comment, everyone solve this question, guys, right? Okay, everyone is saying yes sir, 25. Okay, very good, fine. So I can say this is a very easy question, so there is no difficulty in this. This is one of the easy question based on the pointers and programming. And the next question we have, so this is a MSQ question. So that's what okay, this is MSQ question, that's what is the data we received, and which of these are true, which of the following are true, okay, the various statements are given. So that is with respect to what? Binary search trees, okay, remember. So okay, which of these are true with respect to BST, with respect to BST, binary search trees. Now understand here, finding the element takes order of log n in the worst case. Now remember, okay, BST is not a balanced tree, okay, remember BST can be what? Skewed. So you can have a okay BST like this, like 5, okay, 4, okay, 3, 2, 1. So this is called as what? Left skewed BST. And you can also have the BST like this, like 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, 5. This is also BST, correct? Okay, we are following all the rules of the BST. So this is a left skewed BST and right skewed BST. So in this kind of scenario, finding the element takes how much time? Order of n time. It is not order of log n. So in the question is saying finding element takes order of log n in worst case. Remember, this is a false statement. Okay, there is a false statement. And the next question is saying, next statement is saying every BST is also min heap. See, first of all, that is obviously false, right? So BST, okay, can be like this. This is a BST here, right? Is it a BST here? Yes. But remember, min heap cannot be like this. Min heap cannot be like this. Okay, so that is obviously false, right? That is obviously false. Is this clear for everyone? Right. Our next, okay, in order traversal, okay, so in order traversal of a BST is a sorted order. So this is the okay general statement, okay, important statement with respect to BST. Okay, we say in order traversal of a BST is sorted order. Yes, that is true. Whatever the BST you are having, okay, if you find the in order traversal, that will always give you sorted order, and that is the ascending order, correct? So that is the ascending order. Okay, so this is a true only, that is a true statement. And next important thing, last statement is saying the max length, okay, max length of a path from root to any other node, okay, is n minus 1. Yes, okay, this is also true statement. Okay, for example, you are having n nodes in the binary tree, binary search tree. Binary search tree is having n nodes, so maximum length from root node to what? Okay, any other node. Any other node means what? Any other node means you can consider what? Leaf node. You can consider leaf node. So that length, the path will be what? Maximum length will be what? N minus 1. That is absolutely true, right? See, for example, you can take you are having a binary search tree like this. Okay, so I have written already same thing. So 5, 4, 3, okay, 2, 1. So now number of nodes are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 nodes are there in the binary search tree. Correct. So 5 nodes are there in the binary search tree. Now tell me what is the maximum length. So indirectly, generally you can also consider it as a depth or a height. So maximum length is what? See here, 1, okay, 2, 3 and 4. So n equal to 5, so obviously length, maximum length from root node to any node, okay, will be what? N minus 1. So this statement is also what? True. Okay. So with respect to MSQ question, okay, right, in case if the data is exactly correct, if the data is correct, so the answer must be C and D. So just give the comment, was the question was same? Give the comments, the question was same based on the BST, right? Okay, Mayank Roy is saying yes sir, okay, right. Okay, question was same. Okay, so this is a okay easy to moderate question only, right? In case somebody is confused in the option D, so I mean I don't think you can confuse because that is a very simple and easy question, right? So these are the only questions we are having from the PDS, programming and data structure, and I heard that there is a question based on the recursion, and there is a question in the linked list. Somebody said there was a question, good question in the linked list, but we have not received the proper data. If anybody is having the proper data, so please okay, send us. Okay, we will discuss that question also. Okay, right. I heard question is there in the based on the recursion and also linked list. So we have not received the proper data. Okay, in case if you have received the data, so please let us know. Right. Okay. So that is about okay, questions from programming and data structures. Okay, and next. Okay, so the next question is right, sir marking scheme भी बता सकते हैं, right, sir was it a 1 mark question or okay 2 mark question? I think I have no idea, okay, whether that is a 1 mark question or 2 mark question. I think you are the student, so you should know it. Okay, we have received the data based on the memory based only, correct? So fine. Okay, right. So understand here, so those are the questions from the programming and data structure. So next let us see the question based on the operating system. So if you see the question based on the operating system, I heard, so there was a very good question okay, in the round robin scheduling they have given the 2 queues. So some students said the question was easy but lengthy. So actually we have not received the okay original data, proper data we have not received. So in case if you are having the data, so please send us, I will definitely discuss that okay question, right. So this question is based on the paging, okay, right. So in the operating system he has given the logical address, okay, logical address given as a 32 bits, and physical address is given as a 20 bits, and the page size given as 2048 bytes, and maximum number of entries in the page table. So this is the question is asking, right. So maximum number of entries in the page table is asking. So actually in this we don't use physical address, actually this is not required, that data is not required. So number of entries in the page table. So remember, number of entries in the page table, okay, what is the formula we follow? Okay, that is same as the number of entries in the page table, that is same as number of pages. Number of pages, what is the formula we have? LAS divided by page size, correct. So now tell me, what is the logical address given to you? Logical address given is 32 bits. When the logical address is 32 bits, so LAS will be 2 power 32 bytes, and the page size given as 2048 bytes. So 2048 means what? That is 2 power 11 bytes, correct. So 2 power 10 is 1024, 2 power 11 is 2048, correct. So that is the divided by 2 power 11 bytes. So BB cancel, so that is 2 power 21. So this should be the answer, okay. Number of entries in the page table is 2 power 21. So please comment, is the data is correct? Okay, this question was from operating system paging, is the data was correct? Okay, Okay, fine. So this is the question, okay, from the operating system, okay, right. So I think this may be the MCQ. I think this was MCQ or maybe NAT. So check that. So if the NAT is there, so then how you type that? Okay, you just what is the answer given? Okay, whether it is asking in megabytes or sorry in mega. Okay, if it is asking mega, so you need to just write 1 mega. Okay, I think it is a MCQ. Okay, so you are the best person to answer this, whether it was MCQ or NAT, right. So this is about okay, operating system questions, and there was a question based on the round robin other things. So if you have the data, so please let us know, right. So thank you so much, okay, and next in the continuation, next Prasad sir is coming, okay, with the TOC and compiler design questions, okay. Thank you.
दिखाओ।
ये क्वेश्चन होगा पहला,
हाँ
दूसरा,
ठीक है,
तीसरा,
ठीक है,
चौथा।
ठीक है। Hello, good afternoon all. So I think you did very well in the exam TOC and CD. The questions are easy. So based on the memory collected from the students, we have some questions I'll discuss. Okay, chalo. Consider the following languages L1, L2. Which of the following is correct? So this is regarding CFL or not. So we have done these questions in the class. If you look at this one, A power m, B power m, here the both A's and B's must be equal. And here if you observe C power m plus n, here this comparison, there is a comparison between A and B, which is A's and B's must be equal, and one more comparison, that is indirect comparison, C power m plus n. Example, A power 5 and B's must be 5 and C's how many? It cannot be less than 5. It should be greater than or equal to 5. So one more comparison. What is that? Here m plus n. M plus n. So we push A. When B comes, we pop, then stack will come 10 Z naught. Then how do you check that? C's will be minimum 5. So indirect, so two comparisons. This is one comparison direct and this is indirect comparison. So this is not a CFL. This is not a CFL. And coming to this one, push A and push B. When C comes, just check example. A's are 2, B's are 3, C's must be 5. We push A, we push B. When C comes, we pop the symbols from the stack, and when string empty, top is at naught, it indicates the string is valid. So this is CFL. So what is this? Which of the following is correct? L1 is not CFL, but L2 is CFL. This is the right one. Okay, I hope you did the same. Next question. Consider the following languages. L1 equal to alpha, beta, alpha. Alpha is a comma b whole plus and beta is also a comma b whole plus. If alpha is a comma b whole star, then everything can comes under beta, then it will be regular. We did this question in the class. I used to say WXW, so which is not regular. If W is a comma b whole star, it is regular. If it have W is a comma b whole plus, here it is whole plus. So there we cannot consider a finite ornament for this. So this is not a regular. And coming to L2, alpha, beta, alpha. What is alpha here? A. And you may be thinking that this number of A's and this number of A's must be same. Not necessary. Why? Because if it is alpha is AA and beta is anything, after that how many A's has to be there? 2 A's. If there are 3 A's, even though what we do here, we take this is alpha and this is alpha. So starting with A and ending with A. In between everything comes under beta. So this is regular. So L1 is not regular, but L2 is regular. So this is the answer. Answer B. Okay. Next. Let the number of states is in NFA. The number of states in NFA is N. And then which of the following is false? Actually, this options may not be exact correct. So based on the memory, we have collected this one. So which of the following is false? You have done this question. N of A, if it is having n states, then the DFA will have maximum 2 power n states. Maximum means what? At most 2 power n. See, it can be less than 2 power n also. Maximum is 2 power n, maybe less than 2 power n, maybe equal to n, maybe less than n also. So let us check this. Equivalent DFA will have more than 2 power n. How the more than 2 power n is possible? So this is a false statement. Next, equivalent DFA may have less than n states. Yes, possible. It is possible. So it is true. And equivalent DFA can have maximum. Yes, the maximum is 2 power n states. Yes, it is also possible. And equivalent NFA may have less than. See here, the NFA is having n state. It is not given that the minimal NFA. If it is minimal NFA for a language, then n is the minimum. So it is just NFA for some language. So we may construct a different NFA which is less than n states. So it is also possible. It is possible. May here also may here can have maximum. So all these are true. Which is a false? This one. So A is the false. As of the collected information from the students, these options may not exact same. Okay, but as per this data, this is the false statement. Next. This is somewhat a little bit time taking question. Okay. So here sigma equal to A comma B comma C, then how many strings of length 5? So here length is 5. Then how many strings will be there? Either having AA or BB or CC as substring. So there are so many combinations you will get. So instead of that, what we do? We will first, how many strings will be there with the A, B, C, 3 possibility, 3 input symbols having length 5, how many different strings we can construct, we can design. So here the first symbol you can fill with A or B or C. I can place with this symbol A, or I can place with B, or I can place with C. So this can be filled with 3 different possibilities. So without any condition, how many strings will be there of length 5? So this is also 3 ways, this is also 3 ways, this is also 3 ways. Okay, so you can place with A, you can place with A, B, C, again suppose B, and again you can place with A, B, C, any of A, B, C, let it be A, let it be B, let it be A, like this. So this is one of the string. So every time you can fill this place 3 ways, 3 ways, 3 ways, 3 ways, 3 ways. This is 3 power 5. So 3 3s are 9, 9 9s are 81, 81 into 3, it is 243. 243 different strings will be there. Okay. Now, what is the question here? How many strings will be there having minimum two consecutive symbols? At least two consecutive symbols must be same. So, either AA or BB or CC as substring. What I do here, I will find the number of strings in which no two consecutive symbols are same. Okay. So, if you take A, B, C, these are the input symbols. The first place I can fill with either A or B or C. So, three ways. So, I am finding the strings which are possible with no two consecutive symbols are same. Suppose I fill this place with A. Okay. Now, what is the question? What is the number of I am finding? Two symbols should not be same. If I place this if I fill this with A, here I cannot fill with A because two consecutive symbols will be same, na? So, what I am doing here, I am finding the number of strings in which two consecutive symbols not same. So, already I have filled this with A. So, how many this place I can fill with the remaining two symbols either B or C. So, I can fill this place with B or I can fill with C. So, how many possibilities are there? Two ways. So, 3 into 2. Suppose here I filled with B. Are you following? Now in this here, now coming to this one, you can fill this with either A or C. A or C. Two ways. So, I can fill this with either A or C, two ways. Example, I am filling this with A. I am filling this with A. So, see, two symbols are not same. Similarly, if I fill this with A, then here I cannot use A, but I can use this with either B or C. Again, two ways. Again, two ways. Example, if I fill this with B, then here I cannot use B because two symbols will be same, na? So, I can use either A or C, again two ways. So, the number of strings in which no two symbols are same. So, 3 into 2 into 2 into 2. So, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 16, 16 these are 48. So, out of 243, there 48 number of strings will be there in which two consecutive symbols are not same. What is the question given? Two consecutive symbols are same. So, total is 243. Out of them, no two symbols, no two consecutive are same are 48 and remaining will be 195, 43, 200 minus 5, 195 is the answer. Okay, we will go to next question. Easy, we have done this question. I used to give in the question, the consider a minimal DFA over 0, 1 ending with 101, ending with 101. You look at this one, A, any number of A's, then if B comes, we go forward. As long as B comes, we'll stay here. Again, A, we go forward. If B comes, yes, B, A, B, we'll reach the final state. Here, if A comes, we come back. Again, how do we go to the final state if B comes? So, it is ending with B, A, B. After coming here, B comes, it comes here. To go to the final state, what must be there? A, B. So, here every time this machine accepts all the strings ending with B, A, B. All the strings ending with BAB. This is the right answer. Okay. Next. So, these are the questions we have collected from the TOC. Okay, in TOC subject. Now, we will go for the comparison. Comparison, we have one question. Okay. See this question, which one of the following is the direct question, the application of liveness analysis. I used to say application of liveness analysis. One is register allocation and dead code elimination. So, which one of the following techniques used in code optimization in live variable analysis? Constant folding, runtime function call management, strength reduction, no, register assignment variable, register allocation and dead code variable. Okay, these are the questions we have collected from the students. Thank you. I hope you all did the exam very well. Okay, all the best. So, answer for this question is D. Okay, thank you guys. All the best.
हेलो बच्चों, चलिए हम लोग आज डिस्कस करेंगे आज जो कंप्यूटर साइंस का पेपर हुआ है। आई होप कि आप लोग अच्छा किए होंगे एंड मी एंड शेखर सर इज गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट द इंजीनियरिंग मैथमेटिक्स। और जो हमारे पास मेमोरी बेस्ड क्वेश्चन मिले हुए हैं उसमें चार क्वेश्चन हम लोग को मिले हुए हैं और चारों ही क्वेश्चन जब तक देखा गया है जो बड़े ही सिंपल है। लेट्स गो विद द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन एज अ वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन। लीनियर अलजेब्रा का क्वेश्चन है, उसमें दिया है एक मैट्रिक्स दिया हुआ है, हमसे इसका आइगन वैल्यू पूछा हुआ है। अगर इसका आइगन वैल्यू पूछा गया कि a टू द पावर 13 का आइगन वैल्यू क्या होगा, इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन। अगर हम चाहे तो इसको सीधा सीधा ऐसे कर लो, अगर इसका कैरेक्टरिस्टिक इक्वेशन लिखिएगा तो इसका कैरेक्टरिस्टिक इक्वेशन क्या हो जाएगा। अगर इसका हम कैरेक्टरिस्टिक इक्वेशन लिखते हैं क्या लिखेंगे, इट विल बी लैम्डा स्क्वायर माइनस क्या आता है ट्रेस ऑफ मैट्रिक्स ए प्लस डिटर्मिनेंट इज इक्वल टू 0। तो इसका जो ट्रेस है देखो क्या है, ट्रेस हमारे पास क्या है, इट इज 0। डिटर्मिनेंट क्या हमारे पास है, डिटर्मिनेंट चेक कर लीजिए कितना हो जाएगा, इट इज -2। सो हमारे पास जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक इक्वेशन आएगा, जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक इक्वेशन है देखिए क्या हो जाएगा कैरेक्टरिस्टिक इक्वेशन, इट इज लैम्डा स्क्वायर माइनस माइनस मीन्स के यहाँ पे कितना हो जाएगा हमारे पास, डिटर्मिनेंट का वैल्यू हमारे पास है -2, तो ये हमारे पास कितना आ जाएगा -2 एंड दैट इज इक्वल टू 0। तो लैम्डा का वैल्यू हमारे पास आ जाएगा कितना, इट इज +-√2। तो ये हमारे पास लैम्डा का वैल्यू आ गया। इसका मतलब है कि हमारे पास जो आइगन वैल्यू है, आइगन वैल्यू ऑफ मैट्रिक्स ए, आइगन वैल्यू ऑफ ए इज +-√2। सो व्हाट इज द आइगन वैल्यू ऑफ a टू द पावर 13? a टू द पावर 13 का अगर आइगन वैल्यू निकालना है तो डायरेक्टली इसी का हम लोग पावर कर देंगे कितना, पावर 13। और इसका अगर आप पावर 13 करोगे इट विल बी +-64√2, +-64√2 and according to the given option the option B is correct, right? So for this question the answer is option B, simple question. Next question will be discussed by Sriga sir.
Dear students, I think you have done the exam great because the paper is very comfortable, the first session paper, right? Okay, dear students. So next one more question we got from linear algebra. I think everybody knows that in computer science, so most of the linear algebra questions related to the system of linear equations, we will have certain language which is exactly related with the logic statements. So therefore, so you need to have that sync between the logic and this, so that you can give the proper answer. It is not like just getting doing some process and getting the answer. Okay, you have to give the answer with logic. I mean logically the statements you have to make them true or false or something like that. Anyway, so here okay, let's discuss about this. See, this is actually A, so into xy is equal to then, so this is ax is equal to b, this is ax is equal to b. So here he is asking that if k is a real number, if k is a real number, so then have no solution for exactly one value of k. So have infinite solution for infinite values of k, and here for exactly one value of k. So there is a option D also you may have, it may be related to unique solutions, but we didn't get, because based on the memory only we are able to have this question options here. So the maybe the option D is related to the unique solutions here, because it was not discussed here. So therefore what we have to do is, let us look at the all types of solutions according to the conditions, and therefore we have to choose the proper answer here. Okay, the first one is that, let me take that. Suppose if you take the determinant of A is equal to 0 for the Ax is equal to B non-homogeneous, there are two possibilities here. There are two possibilities. One is of here you will have infinitely many solutions, infinite solutions हो सकता है, नहीं तो no solution हो सकता है, right or not? So now we have to see, so for what values of k this determinant will be 0. So if this determinant is 0 means, so can I say it is k square minus 1 is equal to 0? Because if you see it is k square minus 1 is equal to 0 the determinant. So you are having this k values are plus or minus 1, plus or minus 1. Now I will discuss for k is equal to 1. If I take the k is equal to 1, then Ax is equal to b becomes what? Here it is 1 1 1 1 of xy is equal to 1 1 here, 1 1 here. So from this x plus y is equal to 1 you are getting here,
x plus y, sorry, this is minus 1, this is minus 1. So one equation you are getting like this, another equation you are getting x plus y is equal to minus 1. Here you can see these two equations are what? These two straight lines are parallel, so therefore they do not have any solutions. So this implies no solutions. So no solution for k is equal to 1, and when you go for k is equal to minus 1, if you take minus 1, then this equations becomes what? So it is minus 1 1 1 minus 1 into xy is equal to 1 minus 1. If you write these equations, minus x plus y is equal to 1 and x minus y is equal to minus 1. So both are same here, identical equations. So therefore here we can say there is only one equation and two unknowns. So equations are lesser than the number of unknowns, so it will give you the infinite solutions here. Infinite solutions. So what do we understand here? For k is equal to minus 1, infinitely many solution. For k is equal to 1, you will have a no solution, right? Then what about if k is not equal to minus 1? So okay, let me check the options first. Have no solution for exactly one value of k. Yes, for k is equal to 1 itself, no solutions we are getting. So therefore this is true. So this is true. Have infinite solution for exactly one value of k. Yes, for minus 1. This is for k is equal to 1. This is for k is equal to minus 1. So for exactly one value of k. Or even you can use this language like there exist k. So there exist is also understood as at least one, okay, few, 1, 2, 3, 4, few, some, you can say that. So k is equal to minus 1 is also true for that. Have infinite solution for infinite values of k. Infinite solutions we are getting for only k is equal to minus 1. So therefore this is wrong here. But option D अगर पूछ लिया तो option D क्या हो सकता है? यूनिक सॉल्यूशन के बारे में हो सकता है. तो मैंने अगर यूनिक सॉल्यूशन के बारे में डिस्कस करना है तो यूनिक सॉल्यूशन का कंडीशन क्या होगा? यूनिक सॉल्यूशन का कंडीशन है कि डिटर्मिनेंट ऑफ ये इज नॉट इक्वल टू 0. तो इसमें क्या होगा बेटा? k इज नॉट इक्वल टू प्लस और माइनस 1. k इज नॉट इक्वल टू प्लस और माइनस 1. अगर 1 होता है तो नो सॉल्यूशन, माइनस 1 हो तो infinitely many solutions here, but other than this 1 and minus 1, so any value of k you take it, so this system will have unique solution. This system will have unique solution. So therefore अगर option D होता है, अगर होता है बेटा देखते हैं, there exist multi values of k, there exist infinite values of k or multi values of k, the system has unique solution. Suppose if this is the D option, then D option is also right. But if there exist a multi values of k or infinite values of k such that the system has infinite solution means wrong. Okay, already it is there. I think option C में वही है, infinite values of k. So मेरे ख्याल से तो option D ये हो सकता है. अगर option D होता है तो I am not sure about it because it is a memory based. अगर option D ये होता है कि for there exist or for there exists infinite values of k so that the system has unique solution, then yes, it is correct. Okay, so then the option will be, answers will be A, B and D also. Okay, but if D is not that option which I have mentioned here, so then A, B is the answer. Okay, so next question will be discussed by Sagar sir.
देयर इज वन क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम कैलकुलस, और बड़ा सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है कैलकुलस का. यार हमसे पूछा है कि अगर ये फंक्शन f जो है अगर डिफरेंशिएबल है तो उसके लिए b का वैल्यू क्या होगा. एक सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है. अब देखो अगर बात करते हैं डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी का, तो डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी की नेसेसरी कंडीशन है कि फंक्शन पहले क्या होगा, कंटिन्यूअस होगा, एंड देन हम बात करते हैं कि डिफरेंशिएबल भी होगा. अगर कोई फंक्शन किसी पॉइंट पे डिफरेंशिएबल है तो ये पक्का है कि उस पॉइंट पे वो क्या होगा, कंटिन्यूअस होगा. और अगर हम डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी कंटिन्यूटी की बात करेंगे तो हमें सिर्फ एक पॉइंट पे चेक करने की जरूरत है, किस पर, 1 पे, क्योंकि बाकी जगह पे फंक्शन हमारा एल्जेब्रिक इक्वेशन है, पॉलिनोमियल है, तो हमेशा ही क्या होता है, कंटिन्यूअस भी होता है, डिफरेंशिएबल भी होता है. तो डिसकंटिन्यूटी या डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी का केस केवल कहां पर आएगा, 1 पे. तो 1 पे हम लोग चेक कर लेते हैं. अगर मैं बात करता हूं फॉर continuity at x equal to 1, x equal to 1 पे अगर हम कंटिन्यूटी की बात करते हैं तो क्या लगा देंगे कंडीशन, लिमिट x टेंडिंग टू 1 माइनस f of x, इट शुड बी इक्वल टू लिमिट x टेंडिंग टू 1 प्लस f of x, राइट. तो यहां पे हमारे पास फंक्शन क्या दिया हुआ देखो, 1 माइनस पे फंक्शन क्या, ax प्लस बी, लिमिट x टेंडिंग टू 1 प्लस इट इज ax प्लस बी एंड दैट इज इक्वल टू लिमिट x टेंडिंग टू 1 माइनस पे फंक्शन हमारा है इट इज एक्स क्यूब प्लस एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस 1। तो यहां हमारे पास क्या आ जाएगा, इट इज a प्लस बी एंड दैट इज इक्वल टू 1 प्लस 1 प्लस 1 कितना हो जाएगा 3। तो एक इक्वेशन मुझे मिल चुका है a प्लस बी इक्वल टू 3। अगर हम लोग बात कर लेते हैं फॉर डिफरेंशियबिलिटी कहां पे, एट 1 पे, फॉर डिफरेंशियबिलिटी एट x इक्वल टू 1 पे, सीधा सीधा लगा दो, लिमिट x टेंडिंग टू 1 माइनस एफ डैश एक्स है ना, इट शुड बी इक्वल टू लिमिट x टेंडिंग टू 1 प्लस एफ डैश एक्स। इसको डिफरेंशिएट कर दो, तो इसको डिफरेंशिएट करिए क्या आ जाएगा, केवल a आएगा इधर एंड दैट इज इक्वल टू लिमिट x टेंडिंग टू 1 माइनस पे फंक्शन क्या आ जाएगा, इसको डिफरेंशिएट करो क्या आ जाएगा 3x स्क्वायर है ना प्लस 2x, बस ये आएगा। तो x टेंडिंग टू 0 देखो वैल्यू क्या आ जाएगा हमारे पास, इट इज a इज इक्वल टू कितना आ जाएगा 3 प्लस 2 मीन्स a इक्वल टू क्या आ गया 5। अगर a का वैल्यू 5 आ चुका है तो यहां से लिख दो a का वैल्यू 5 क्या आ जाएगा, इट इज 5 प्लस b इज इक्वल टू 3 विच मीन्स b इक्वल टू -2। और हमसे इसी b का वैल्यू पूछा गया था कि b का वैल्यू क्या होगा। सो द आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन इज b इक्वल टू -2। और मेरे ख्याल से ये क्वेश्चन भी बहुत सिंपल है, ऐसे क्वेश्चन कई सारे क्लास में कराए जाते हैं डिफरेंशियबिलिटी और कंटिन्यूटी पे। तो इट्स अ वेरी कॉमन क्वेश्चन, इस टाइप के कई सारे क्वेश्चन हम लोग क्लास में डील भी करते हैं और उम्मीद करते हैं कि हमारे सारे स्टूडेंट इसको सही किए होंगे। राइट, लेट्स गो विद द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन एंड नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन विल बी डिस्कस्ड बाय श्रीकर सर।
Yeah. Yes, dear students, this question is very simple question, right? So I think we were expecting some Bayes theorem question, or we were expecting some probability distribution question, but surprisingly it's a very simple question. We have got it, very easy question beta. So यहाँ पर PDF जो दिया है, let's see, the PDF is given to us. See, f of x is equal to cx cube within the interval 0 to 4 here, 0 to 4, elsewhere it is 0, elsewhere it is 0. So it is not x equal to, this is f of x is equal to 0, okay, otherwise. So then the probability between 2 to 3, okay, if you want to find the area between 2 to 3, you need to have this constant, unknown constant c value from the PDF. So you know that unknown constant we can find out from the PDF by using the total area under the curve as 1 here. So since f of x is PDF, so what you can say, the integration from minus infinite to infinite f of x dx must be is equal to 1 here. So therefore 0 to 4 cx cube dx is equal to 1 here. So this integration will be of x power 4 by 4 from 0 to 4 is equal to 1. So this c is equal to 1 by 64 you are getting, 1 by 64 you are getting, okay, right. So this is what it. Next one is, see next one we have to, okay, once you get the c value, so we have to find the probability between 2 to 3 here, that is given by integral 2 to 3 f of x dx here, right, and this is from 2 to 3 c means how much, so it is of 1 by 64, again x cube dx here. So if this is the integration, so it is simply x power 4 by 4 from 2 to 3 here. So this is 1 by 64 into 4, how much it is? 256 of 3 power 4 minus 2 power 4 here. So this will be around 65 by 256, you will be getting it out, okay. So this is how you are getting the answer. So maybe up to 2 decimal or 3 decimal he was asking, so you can give the answer for this. So these are the questions we have got from memory based, from the students who have attended the examination, and so these are the sources of questions, my dear students. Mostly I think we will be getting 4 questions from engineering mathematics. So this was the scenario. So these are the questions. I think we have done almost all the questions from engineering mathematics. So hope everyone has done well. So that's it, and wish you all the best.
Thank you guys.
So the
Hello everyone, welcome to this special post-gate YouTube session. Hope you all doing great. So how was the paper, DBMS questions and algorithm questions? Please post your comments. Please write your comments. Right. So one of the question from the max heap, I just written the question in short. Okay. So max heap of 32 keys. Max heap of 32 keys. Overall he is mean to ask what is height of the tree. Height of the tree. Right. Post your answer. So Zalia MSQ 1 mark. Right. Please post the comments. Yeah. So so it's a direct means a direct statement only, direct question only. 2 power h keys, 2 power h minimum keys for ith h. 2 power h minimum keys for ith h. So so 32 is the minimum keys. Okay. So 32 is the power of 2. So that means 2 power 5 keys. Okay. 2 power 5 keys means height 5. Okay. So height of the tree is 5. So right. So height of the tree is 5. Paper was lengthy. Saying that Sandeep, Rishabh answered, right. So this is one of the question related to the max heap, binary heaps. Then one other question which I received it is about the minimal spanning tree question, which is about the minimal spanning tree question. Just check the data is correct or wrong. Okay, check the data correct or wrong. See, the question is maximum value of this edge x. What should be the maximum value of this edge x if this edge must be in every MST? This edge must be in all the MSTs of the graph. Okay. So to have, see, first min cost edge must be in MST, and second min cost edge is also should be in MST. 3 edges required. These 2 edges must be in MST. So third min cost edge, okay, so may not be in MST. So for example, third min cost edge, so if this x is 6 or more than 6, if this x is 6 or more than 6, it may not be in every MST because this 6 is already exist. Okay. So the maximum possibility of this edge weight is 5, so that this edge is guaranteed in MST. Okay. So that answer, the similar model question also given in previous gate exams. It is not a new model question. So many questions of this similar model we solved in the class. Okay. So it's a direct classroom notes question, right? So please post your comments. Is this okay? Data and everything is correct. Okay. In case if any mistake in the data which I received, so we will share you in the correct question in Telegram channel and madeeasy website. Okay. So I am explaining as per the data which I received. Next one, it is direct one of the recurrence relation. T of n equal to 2 Tn minus 1, T of n equal to 2 Tn minus 1 plus n times 2 power n. So what is the T of n asymptotic value? T of n asymptotic value, right? So this kind of recursion we can go for the master this kind of recursion we can use the simple substitution method. Simple substitution method is sufficient. Okay. So, so answer to this question. So just 2 steps if you solve by using substitution method, you will able to conclude what is answer. Okay. So just 2 steps of the substitution method, not required much also. So T of n 2Tn minus 1 plus n into 2 power n. So just expand T of n value, expand T of n minus 1 value, it is 2Tn minus 2 plus n minus 1 2 power n minus 2. So after this simplification, so one term n into 2 power n and second term n minus 1 into 2 power n, where 2 power n is common and n minus 1 is the AP series. Okay. So 2 power n if you take common, n minus 1 n minus 2 arithmetic progression is become n square. So 2 power n multiply with n square. So right. Yes, similar recursions, so many recursions we done in the class. Okay, almost like a substitution method, recursive tree method and master theorem and change of variable concept, and so converting into generating function using roots of the generating function, various things we done in the class. So it is one of the simplest recursion. It's not even required 1 minute to solve this recursion, right? So done in the class. Okay. So next let's move to the other question which I received. It is related to the DBMS question. Okay. T is a relation, attributes, some other attributes. Okay. So the names of the attributes is not so clear. So I was just written ABC. Okay. So A, B, C, A determines B and A determines C. So this given relation A is a candidate key, very simple relational schema. Okay. Simple FDs also. So the given relation itself is in BCNF. This given relation itself is in BCNF. T is in BCNF is correct statement. Okay. And T not in BCNF is correct. T1. So T1 is 2 attributes and T2 is 2 attributes. 2 attribute relation always in BCNF. If this according to this options I am just explaining. Okay. So T1 not in BCNF is wrong. Okay. T1 also in BCNF and T2 also in BCNF. Okay. So T1, T2 not in BCNF is incorrect, and it is this decomposition is lossless join only, because common attribute between T1 and T2 A, which is key for both the relations. Okay. Not required to be key of both the relation, but in this case key for both the relation, it is even lossless join decomposition also, right. Please upload. Okay. One option saying that T is in 3NF. Okay. One other option, maybe one of the option is wrong. Okay, some of them is saying that. So one of the option T is in 3NF. Okay. So it's BCNF means obviously it's in 3NF also. So BCNF means it's obviously in 3NF also. In that case, 3 options correct. Okay. So whatever I received the options I just written. So saying that one of the option T is in 3NF. Okay. So in that case that option is also correct. So because T is in BCNF means it's also in 3NF, right. So this is one of the DBMS question. One other DBMS question is related from the transactions. So some schedule is given. What are transactions aborts because T1 aborts? What are transactions aborts because T1 aborts? Please post your comments. Okay. So see, T1 performs R1A W1 Y, means T1 is writes Y according to the schedule which I received. T1 is writes Y and T1 updated value T2 is reads, uncommitted read. Okay, uncommitted read or dirty read. T1 updated value is T2 is reads. Okay, and T2 reads Y and T3 also reads Y. okay, T2 reads Y and T3 also reads Y. Okay. So, I am just explaining as per the schedule I received. I am just explaining as per the schedule I received. Okay. In case the schedule some like a some change in the schedule, so answer also may changes. Okay. Don't worry if you are might have written correctly only. Okay. So, now so both are uncommitted reads only, both are uncommitted reads only. Because of T1 failure, T2 and T3 also has to be rolled back. That's what we call cascade aborts. Okay, that's what we call cascade aborts. So the answer to this question is option C, right? Okay, so hope data also correct. So you are also saying option C, so right. So there is nothing much to explain. So T1 updated value, T2 and T3 is reads. If T1 aborts and T2 and T3 also has to be roll back, right? Forced to roll back. That's what we say cascade rollbacks. Now next question, please answer this question. Okay, answer this question. So one function array of 0 to n minus 1 n elements. So loop 0 to n minus 2. Okay, so that means this n minus 1 passes. Okay, this outer loop is for n minus 1 passes. Okay, so j equal to 0 to n minus I minus 2 j plus 1, and a of j greater than a of j plus 1, swap a of j and a of j plus 1. It's the bubble sort algorithm, right? It's bubble sort algorithm to sort the array ascending order. Okay, bubble sort program, okay, to sort array in ascending order. Okay, now if array size is 30 distinct integers in decreasing order, if array size is 30 distinct integers in decreasing order, okay, then how many swaps required? Just answer this one. Just what answer you means. Is it okay? Data is correct? Okay, please post your response. Is this data is correct? Sir, recurrence. Okay, see, bubble sort and insertion sort, if 30 distinct array elements are there, okay, in decreasing order, how many number of swaps? How many number of swaps? So for bubble sort and insertion sort, number of swaps are, okay, number of swaps equal to number of inverses of the array. No need to count from the program also. Number of inverses of array. Okay, 30 elements in decreasing order, 30 distinct elements in decreasing order. It means the list is strictly decreasing order. If list is strictly decreasing order, okay, the number of inverses are n into n minus 1 by 2. Okay, every pair is inverse. So for 30 elements. So 30 multiplied with, okay, so n into n minus 1 by 2. So if you do this calculation, then 435 swaps required, right? Yeah, 29 multiplied with 15. So because it's a bubble sort algorithm, if the array is strictly decreasing order, number of swaps of the bubble sort is number of inverses of the array. Okay, so just we just few days before in GTQ session also we discussed this, and in class we discussed which sorting algorithm required how many swaps in which case in detail we discussed in about the sorting algorithms. Okay, it's complete. It's a from exactly from the class notes question only. Like 435. One more question he is saying that. Kritika. Now let's move to the one more question. So which of the following true for given BST? So as for the data which I received for n distinct nodes, finding an element takes order of log n time in BST. So it's not a balanced search tree, okay, normal binary search tree. So binary search tree, so search cost in normal BST, okay, height can be order of n. So n minus 1 levels, n levels of the, it can grow skewed tree. So that means search cost is become order of n. Order of n is becomes the search cost. He is saying log n is a false statement. Okay. So in order traversal of BST is sorted array, sorted sequence is a true statement. So maximum length from, okay, so path from root to leaf node, it's a normal BST, maximum length can be n minus 1. So height of the tree, skewed tree, BST can be a skewed tree, height of the tree can be n minus 1 is also true statement. Every BST is a min heap is false. Okay, so BST is okay, BST is not conditions are not same as the min heap condition, whereas in BST condition every parent greater than left subtree and smaller than right subtree is, and whereas in min heap every parent should be minimum than the descendants. Okay, so there is no meaning to means say the conditions of BST and conditions of min heap completely different, and BST may not be a complete binary tree, and whereas min heap is complete binary tree. So BST is not going to be satisfy the min heap condition, right? They said log n worst case. Yeah, even if they say, okay, log n is maybe, see, even if they say worst case or whatever the case, okay, normal BST is not height restricted. Normal BST is not height restricted. So height not restricted to log n. Height not restricted to log n means search cost is not may not be log n, right? So the order of n is the search cost. Not only in the worst case, on average case also we take order of n for normal BST. For normal BST, not only in worst case, in average case also order of n the search cost. Okay. So on average also order of n only, because height is not restricted. Height is not restricted to log n. Okay. So now next let us move to the one more question. I had not received any of the options properly. So as for this, if some key inserted, so the tree is already fully loaded. So because of that, height of the tree increases by 1. Height of the tree increases by 1. So extra one leaf node and 3 extra nodes has to be create. 3 extra nodes has to be create. Then it becomes the after insertion of 23, it becomes 3 levels tree. Okay, it becomes 3 levels tree, and so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nodes, 6th node, and this also required to split 7th node and new root 8th node. So it becomes 8 nodes. Okay, so something related to this, something like this. Okay, so the options should be there. So options not received properly. So just you please post your questions. Height changes S, nodes increases S. Okay, height changes. I definitely changes, because we need to split this node as well as we need to split the root node. Whenever we split the root node, because root node is already full, whenever we split the root node, height of the tree is increases by 1, right? Okay, so after this insertion, the tree become 3 level and the number of nodes become 8. Okay, based on that the option should be there. So it's a direct easy question only. So the similar questions we done, so much complicated questions also we so much deep discussion we done for related to B tree and B plus tree. Okay, so as for real time application, but this time is one of the easiest question. So none of these 8 questions which I explained required more than 1 or 1.5 minute time. So from my subject questions, algo and DBMS was more towards easier only. So many of the students send messages like every question answered correctly, something like that. So I'm really happy to know you all answered the questions properly. So and the next 2 questions from SQL and 1 question from TRC. everyone saying that one TRC question and 2 SQL question, total 3 questions given from the queries. Okay, but I did not receive what are the data of those 3 questions. So, I am not able to give the answers of these questions. So this is means a as of now 8 plus 3 total 11 plus questions came from the both the subjects algorithm and DBMS. So, if any new data or new questions received, we will include in the PDF, and so it is going to be uploaded in madeeasy website. So, you can download by tomorrow for getting for the remaining questions. Okay, this is all about DBMS and algo questions. So, next going to be discuss COA. Thank you.
Hello students, hi everyone. I am here with COA questions according to GATE examination, okay, paper 1. Based on the students' memory, we collected some questions, right? So, all the questions whichever we collected according to student memory, right, all questions we discussed in the regular class notes, okay. Those who are attend the madeeasy courses, they know all the questions, right. So, here I am going to discuss questions which are related to the COA subject, right. This is the first question which we received from the student side, right. This is a cache memory question. So, here cache memory size given 16 KB and the main memory size given 1 MB and block size given, direct mapping given, then ask the tag memory capacity in kilobits, right. So, here directly we are going to calculate the number of lines. So, you know number of lines n equal to cache memory size divided by block size, right. This become 1 kilo. Next, main memory address depends on the main memory capacity. So, here main memory capacity 1 MB given. So, log 1 mega cells base 2, that is the 20-bit address, right. So, now we are going to take the address interpretation. So, 20-bit physical address is divided into three parts: tag, line offset and word offset. So word offset depends on the block size. Block size given 16 bytes, so that this is 4 bit, and line offset depends on the number of lines, 1 kilo lines, that is 10 bits. Okay, remaining bits indicates the tag. So 20 minus 16, sorry, 20 minus 14, that becomes 6 bit tag space. So question expect the tag memory size. So that tag memory size formula is number of lines, n into tag space in the line. This is the formula, right? So now here number of lines, 1 kilo lines into tag space 6 bit. Question expecting the size in kilobits, so that 6 kilobits. This is the answer, right? Everyone knows how to solve the cache memory question to find out the tag memory size in the cache controller. Okay, so here valid bit is not given, modified bit is not given, replacement bits are not given, so we considered only the cost of tags, so that answer is 6 kilobits. Okay students, all right, fine. Next question, again see the question. This question is also directly discussed in our regular notes, right? So just instruction format based question. So here question says there is a hypothetical system with a 32-bit instruction size given, which contain opcode field, register field and immediate field, format given. Okay, so according to the data, it is a 32-bit instruction dividing into 3 fields. One is the opcode, second is the register address, and third is the immediate field, constant field. All right, fine. Now system supports 50 instructions, so number of bits required for the opcode is 6 bit, log 50 base 2 power 6. Register file size 64, number of registers 64, log 64 base 2, that is 6 bit, and remaining bits indicates the immediate constant size, right? So now here immediate constant field size equal to immediate field size. Question expect the immediate field size, that is equal to 32 minus, right, 12, 6 plus 6, that is 20 bits. So directly you can able to say 20 bit is the immediate field size according to the given instruction format. So answer is 20, because question expecting the unit in bits. Okay, all right. Next question, what we received based on the students memory, that is cache memory question. So here level 1 and level 2 caches given, hit ratios given 95% and 85%, access time of level 1 given 10 nanosecond, then miss penalty of level 1 20 nanosecond, miss penalty of level 2 200 nanosecond. What is the average memory access time, right? When we see the system structure, there is a CPU, there is level 1 cache, there is level 2 cache. Obviously when we have a 2 level caches, last level should be main memory. All right, so here this is the way of communicate the memories. So here this is the 95% hit ratio, this is 85% hit ratio, this is 100%. Last level memory hit ratio हमेशा 1 होता है, right? So here this is the 10 nanosecond accessing time. So level 1 to CPU data accessing time 10 nanosecond. So here miss penalty, when there is a miss in level 1, time required to access the data they given 20 nanosecond. That means due to miss operation, copying the data from level T to CPU, miss penalty T2 plus T1 is the miss penalty. Next here they given the 200 nanoseconds miss penalty. That means when there is a miss in the main memory, sorry, level 2, data taking from the main memory to CPU, directly they given the answer 200 nanosecond. Okay, what is the average memory access time? So when the term miss penalty is given, how much time is required to access the data from the memory due to the miss operation? Okay, the total time from memory to CPU is the miss penalty. So directly we can apply the formula. Formula is T average equal to H1 into T1 plus 1 minus H1 into H2 into T2 plus T1, okay, plus 1 minus H1 into 1 minus H1 into 1 minus H2 into T3 plus T2 plus T1. Usually this is the formula, right, to calculate the average memory access time in a hierarchical system. So according to the given question terminology, this T2 plus T1 is called as the miss penalty of L1 memory. Then T3, T2, T1, this together is called as the miss penalty of L2 memory. Directly miss penalty term given, that's what those values are substituted. Okay, all right. So now substitute the value 0.95 into 10 plus 1 minus 0.95 into 0.85, okay, into 20 plus 1 minus 0.95 into 1 minus 0.85 into 200. Directly they are given. So when you simplify this, answer is 11.85 nanosecond. Okay students. So miss penalty means the total time required to access the data from the higher level to CPU. Okay. Alright, this T2 plus T1 is the miss penalty, T3 plus T2 plus T1 is the miss penalty of a respective memories. Okay, so hope you understand this. So directly concentrate on the formula. This is a formula based question. So when you know the formula, it's simply data substitution only. So answer is 11.85 nanosecond. Clear? Alright. Next question. What we received from the student end is interrupt question. Okay. So when interrupt arrived, you know, every student knows what happens when interrupt occurred. You know, when interrupt occurred, okay, CPU first of all execute the current instruction, then check for the interrupt. Okay, after completion of every instruction execution, CPU check for the interrupt. So interrupt may occur at any time. It may occur during fetch cycle, it may occur during execution cycle, but CPU respond to the interrupt only after the completion of the current instruction. Okay, so first complete the current instruction, then check for the interrupt. If interrupt present, save the PC value into stack along with PSW. Okay, later load the vector address into the PC. This is the order to handle the interrupts. Okay, I explained this concept with flowchart and different examples in our regular class, right? So follow the same procedure. Okay, identify the correct order, right? According to the given sequence of the statements, we need to identify the correct sequence. What will be the correct sequence? First, complete the current instruction execution. Next, content of PC loading into the stack. Okay, next load the interrupt service address into PC. So correct order is P3, P1 and P2. This is the order. So according to the option which is matching, matching is B. B is matching. Execute the current instruction. Okay, load the PC value into stack. Later load the vector address into PC. Okay, answer is B. Hope you understand. Right? Fine. The last question. According to the student memory, what we received is, this is the ALU based question. What are the contents of RA, register A and register B respectively? So here ALU circuit given, RA, register A taking the data from either register or from immediate, and register B taking the data either from register or from immediate. Okay, so after performing the ALU operation, result will be stored into R2. So what are the possible values in RA and RB? Okay, so if you see the A option, RA and RB respectively, they ask the contents of RA and RB values respectively. So here register RA, that means RA may accepting the data from register and RB accepting the data as a immediate. Yes, this is true. Then RA, first register accepting data from register, second register also accepting the data from register. This is also possible. And register A accepting immediate data and register B accepting immediate data. This is also possible. ALU may accept all these, right? Then register A accepting only register. See this, register A accepting data either from register or as a immediate constant, but here what they are stating, only register. It is not accessing only register. That's what this statement is false. So when it is a MSQ question, okay, contents of RA and RB registers are either A or B or C. Okay, so last statement is not correct. Okay students, yeah, these are the questions which we get from the student end. Okay, so this is the COA question analysis. Hope you understand. Thank you all.
Good afternoon, everybody. Audible? Good afternoon, everybody. Am I audible? Aptitude seems to be on the easier side, easy to moderate side. nothing, no major surprises as such. So how was it according to you? देखिए, देख लेते हैं कुछ क्वेश्चंस को. A fear dice with 6 faces labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 general dice, nothing special about it. What is the probability of getting exactly 6 exactly one time? So देखिए 3 बार टॉस करा गया. What can happen? This, these are 3 places. So 6 have to appear exactly once. 6 have to appear exactly once. But 6 कहाँ पे आ सकता है? It can come here, it can come here, it can come here, right? So that can be chosen in 3C1 ways or 3 ways. जो 6 आना है वो A place पे आ सकता है, B पे आ सकता है, C पे आ सकता है. It can be done in 3C1 ways. 6 आने की probability 1/6. Because we want exactly 1/6, so we have to make sure that other two will never result in a 6. Other two should never result in a 6. So यहाँ पे कोई भी 5 नंबर आ जाए, 5 out of 6, और यहाँ पे भी कोई भी 5 out of 6 आ जाए. So we have here 3 1/6 into 25/6 square. So 75 25 into 3 76/6 cube. ठीक है. और भी तरीके से देख सकते थे. बिकॉज डाइस, टॉसिंग द डाइस थ्राइस, राइट. अ fear dice with 6 faces is thrown thrice. First dice, second dice, third dice, throwing the dice and getting a 6 or not a 6 are independent event, because first dice, second dice, third dice are not going to affect the result of each other. They are independent event. In case of independent event, the final probability will be the product of individual probabilities. तो 6 आने की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या है? 1/6. 6 नहीं आने की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या है? 5/6. कितनी बार 6 आना चाहिए? एक ही बार 6 आना चाहिए. लेट ए बी सी बी द इवेंट्स. ए में 6 आ गया, बी और सी में 6 ना आए. ना आने की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या है? 5/6. 5/6. ए जो पहला ऑपरेशन था उसमें 6 आ गया. सी में 6 आए, जो हमारा थर्ड ऑपरेशन था उसमें 6 आ जाए, बाकी दोनों में 6 ना आए. 6 ना आने की प्रोबेबिलिटी 5/6. 5/6. दे आर इंडिपेंडेंट इवेंट, हेंस द प्रोडक्ट. एंड हियर यहाँ पे कहाँ पे आया? ए में आया. यहाँ पे कहाँ पे आया? सी में आया. बट मेक श्योर बी और सी में ना आने पाए, बिकॉज ई सेइंग एग्जैक्टली 1/6. ए में आ गया, बी और सी में ना आने पाए. सी में आ गया, ए और बी में ना आने पाए. बी में आएगा, make sure A and C में ना आने पाए, because exactly 1/6 we have to make sure rest remaining 2 should not result in a 6. Here only A is resulting, A event, the first event A is going to result in a 6. B and C are not going to result in a 6. A and B are resulting in not a 6. Only C is resulting in 6. And here only B is going to result in a 6. In this way also we'll get the same thing. No matter whatever we do. So here it is coming out to be this answer. I hope this is a question which involve no tricks as such, and right. So I hope it is very much manageable. ऐसे भी कर सकते थे, कहीं पे भी आ सकता है. 3C1 कहाँ पे 6 आएगा? 6 छांटने के तरीके. अब 6 आने की प्रोबेबिलिटी और बाकी दो में नॉन 6 आने की प्रोबेबिलिटी. बट जो 6 आया, इट कैन बी हियर, इट कैन बी हियर, इट कैन बी हियर, उसके लिए हमने 3 लिख दिया. राइट. अनदर वन. अब इसमें मुझे 2 बातें आ रही हैं. डेटा जो भी होगा, बिलो स्टैंडर्ड क्वेश्चन दैट नीड नॉट रिक्वायर मोर देन 15-20 सेकेंड्स, मैक्सिमम 30 सेकेंड. एवरेज पढ़ने के बाद 15 से 20 सेकेंड में हो जाना चाहिए. एक स्टूडेंट का वेट था 42. इन अ क्लास 1 स्टूडेंट वेट 42, उसे रॉन्गली मेजर कर लिया 24, करेक्ट करा 24 to 42, तो क्या होगा? एवरेज बढ़ जाएगा. मेरे बच्चे एवरेज में कितने का चेंज आया? अब कुछ बच्चों ने वैल्यू ये बताई है 30.8 से 31.4 हो गई. द एवरेज गॉट इंक्रीज बाय यहाँ पे 0.2 और यहाँ पे 0.4, 0.6. तो एवरेज में जो इंक्रीज आया 0.6 का आया. वट एवर इज द डेविएशन विल बी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड ऑन ऑल ऑफ देम. काफी क्वेश्चन हम ऐसे कर लेते थे. So 0.6 is the change in the average on n of them. And what is the change in the overall value? 42 माइनस 24, इसी की वजह से चेंज आ रहा है. सो द एक्चुअल चेंज इज 18. नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स शुड बी इक्वल टू 30. अगर if the value was here 30.8 and it got changed to 0.4, change is 0.6 on the average. The change have to be equally distributed on all of them, and the magnitude change in the average is 18, which will result in n is equal to 30. एक और वर्जन क्वेश्चन का सामने आया है, यहाँ पे 30.8 की जगह 30.5 भी मुझे मिला है. 30.5 यदि लिखा होगा, nothing will change, only the answer will change, else everything will remain to be same, the process will remain to be same. 31.4 minus change in average is 0.9. 0.9 is the change in average on each of them. The change is 0.9. n times the change will result in change in the value, which is again 42 minus 24, that is again going to result in 18. यदि यहाँ पे 30.8 था तो आंसर आ जाएगा 30, और यदि यहाँ पे 30.8 की जगह 30.5 था, यदि यहाँ पे 30.5 था, then your answer will result in 20. I'm not sure what was the value. These are memory base, right? ठीक है, वो बाइनोमियली तो बताइए आपको, बाइनोमियली तो बताइए भाई. 3c1 सक्सेस की पावर 1, फेलियर की पावर 2, ये बाइनोमियली तो करा है. एनसीआर बाइनोमियली तो करा है मेरे बच्चे, सरल बता के आपको बाइनोमियल बता दिया. चलिए थर्ड क्वेश्चन. आई होप दीज आर नो ब्रेनर्स एट ऑल, बट इसमें भी हमें ऑप्शन अवेलेबल नहीं है. Fourth option is not available, so we have written here what is fourth option. God knows, or our better our student knows it. What was the fourth option? Either paper setter knows it or our students are aware what was the fourth option here, right? You can keep on commenting here. यहाँ पे value क्या था, क्वेश्चन तो आ ही गया होगा समझ में. 30.8 था, आंसर इज 30 ये था. तो चलिए अब आ जाते हैं. P is the brother of Q. P is the brother of Q. Same level, P is the brother of Q, level will remain same. Gender of Q is unknown, do not mark anything. P is the brother, he will be plus. Same level. S is the daughter of Q. S is the daughter of Q, one level down with a minus sign because she is daughter. T is the sister of S, same level with a minus sign. Sister, sister, same level with a minus sign. Now R is the mother of Q. R will be one level up. R will be one level up and her sign will be minus. R will be one level up and her sign will be minus, right? So whatever information is there, we have marked everything according to these informations. Now R has only one son. Non-confirmatory, because he is not saying P is the only brother of Q. P is the only brother of Q. There can be many other brothers. This is limited information what we have in the question. According to limited information, maybe there might be some. अगर only brother होता तो एक ही, तो ये ऑप्शन भी सही हो जाता. R has only one son. If it would have been only brother, but whatever question I have, I am speaking from the point of view of limited memory based information which we have, nothing apart from it. So if the question is like this, then whatever I am saying answer will be like this. Only brother nahi bola, right? So there can be many other brothers as well. इनके और भी भैया हो सकते हैं. सो यहाँ पे कोई भी नाम ले लो, A B C D, B हो सकता है, C हो सकता है, D हो सकता है, as many brothers. So R has only one son. We cannot comment upon it because in the information there is not only brother. Next, P is the uncle of S and T. P is the uncle of S and T. S और T दोनों क्या हैं, सिबलिंग है. S और T दोनों बहन बहन है, सिबलिंग है, बिकॉज दे आर कमिंग फ्रॉम द सेम मदर और फादर. अच्छा, आप बोलेंगे क्यू का जेंडर नोन नहीं है. बिल्कुल नोन नहीं है. आई एम एब्सोल्युटली एग्रीइंग विद इट. क्यू का जेंडर इज नॉट नोन. इफ क्यू का जेंडर इज नॉट नोन, ये एस का मम्मी हो सकता है, एस का पापा हो सकता है, मम्मी का ब्रदर, मामा, अंकल, अंकल, और यदि ये फादर होता, फादर का ब्रदर, चाचा. वन कैन बी मेटरनल अंकल, पैटर्नल अंकल, बट अंकल तो होगा ही इरिस्पेक्टिव। ये भाई लिमिटेड इंफॉर्मेशन है, हो सकता है क्यू का जेंडर वहां पे दिया हुआ आप लोगों ने हमें रिपोर्ट ना कराओ, बट अकॉर्डिंग टू द लिमिटेड इंफॉर्मेशन वी कैन से ये अंकल तो हैं ही, मेटरनल हो चाहे पैटर्नल हो, डेफिनेटली ही इज अंकल। सो ये तो बिल्कुल मुझे सही नजर आता है, इरिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ द जेंडर। आर इज द ग्रैंड मदर ऑफ एस, आर इज द ग्रैंड मदर। अब ये फादर होंगे, फादर की मदर पैटर्नल ग्रैंड मदर, ये यदि मॉम होंगी मॉम की मदर मैटरनल ग्रैंड मदर। तो जो भी हैं ग्रैंड मदर तो हैं ही, इवन डिस्पाइट ऑफ वी नॉट अवेयर ऑफ द जेंडर ऑफ क्यू अकॉर्डिंग टू लिमिटेड इंफॉर्मेशन व्हाट वी हैव, स्टिल दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन कैन बी आंसर्ड, आर इज द ग्रैंड मदर ऑफ एस। बिल्कुल सही है, वो मैटरनल पैटर्नल अंकल हो सकता है, वो मैटरनल पैटर्नल ग्रैंड मदर हो सकती है, लेकिन ग्रैंड मदर तो है ही। 2 और 3 तो हैं, बट अकॉर्डिंग टू वट एवर लिमिटेड इंफॉर्मेशन वी हैव 2 and 3, 2 and 3 दो करके ये आंसर है, तो 2 and 3 तो आ रहा है, फोर्थ मुझे अवेलेबल नहीं था, फोर्थ इज नॉट अवेलेबल, सो वी कैन नॉट, फर्स्ट वन वी कैन नॉट कमेंट बिकॉज ओनली ब्रदर नहीं लिखा है, और फोर्थ वन इज नॉट अवेलेबल, आई कैन नॉट कमेंट अपॉन द फोर्थ बिकॉज द ऑप्शन इज नॉट अवेलेबल। ठीक है, ठीक है, पेपर वॉज ऑन द इजी टू मॉडरेट साइड, वी हैव सीन दिस। लेट्स मूव ऑन टू अनदर वन। इसको करने की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं थी, मैं आपको एक ना सिंपल सा कंसेप्ट बता देता हूँ, उसके बाद यू कैन बी वेरी वेरी शॉर्ट इन सॉल्विंग द क्वेश्चन। देखिए कोई भी अगर सिमिलर फिगर्स हों, उनका रेशियो ऑफ एरिया हमेशा स्क्वायर ऑफ कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग साइड होता है, और उनका रेशियो वॉल्यूम हमेशा क्यूब ऑफ कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग साइड होता है। बाद वाले बच्चों को भी हेल्प करेगा जिनका पेपर कल है, परसों है, नरसों है, ठीक है, कल है या नेक्स्ट टू नेक्स्ट वीक है। तो देख लेते हैं, अब यहाँ पे ये क्या कह रहा है, डिस्टेंस, दिस इज ऑल्सो आई हैव माई डाउट्स बिकॉज options are not there, so I have my own doubts about it, what was the actual question, still we'll see, we have here, इसका नाम क्या है, ट्रायंगल का नाम PST, इसका एरिया हमें चाहिए, PST का एरिया विद द ट्रिपेजियम, विद द ब्लू ट्रिपेजियम, इस ट्रिपेजियम से इसके एरिया का रेशियो हमें चाहिए। ट्रिपेजियम का नाम है STQR, जो भी बोलो उसे, ये है। अच्छा, अब एक चीज को ध्यान यहां पे कर लेते हैं, ये क्वेश्चन की इंफॉर्मेशन डिपेंड्स अपॉन whosoever had send me the question, डिस्टेंस बिटवीन ST एंड QR, ST, ये लाइन ST और QR के बीच का डिस्टेंस आधा है, हाफ ऑफ P टू QR। P टू QR, P से लेके QR, जब भी डिस्टेंस की बात होगी, परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस की बात होगी, P से लेके QR का डिस्टेंस जो भी है, हमने माना 2x है, तो डिस्टेंस बिटवीन ST एंड QR, ST और QR के बीच की दूरी P से लेके QR के बीच की दूरी का हाफ है। लेट द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन P टू QR इज 2x, सो डिस्टेंस बिटवीन ST and QR is x. According to the question, this distance is half of this distance. P से लेके QR के बीच का डिस्टेंस का आधा है डिस्टेंस बिटवीन ST and QR. So this value is x and the complete value is 2x. Now making them, they are absolutely, because it's a trapezium, sides are parallel. ये पैरेलल साइड्स हो गई, यदि ये पैरेलल साइड्स हो गई तो ये कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग एंगल इक्वल हो गए, ये एंगल इसमें और ये एंगल रेड वाले ट्रायंगल में, रेड वाले में सॉरी, ये रेड वाले में और बड़े वाले में क्या हो गया, सेम हो गया, ये एंगल, ये 90 हो गया, 90 हो गया, ये सिमिलर फिगर हो गया। अगर इनका हाफ और हाफ यहाँ पे सिमिलर हो रहा है, पूरा फिगर भी सिमिलर फिगर हो गया। सो मैं तो सीधी बात आपको ये बोलूंगा, ये भी x है, ऊपर वाला भी x है, दिस इज ऑल्सो x, कंप्लीट इज 2x, सो नीचे वाला x है तो ऊपर वाला भी x है। अब जो साइड का रेशियो होगा वही उनके एरिया का रेशियो होगा। सीधी सी बात है, छोटे ट्रायंगल की साइड, पिंक ट्रायंगल की साइड और ब्लू ट्रायंगल की साइड का रेशियो 1:2 है, 1:2 उनके हाइट का रेशियो 1:2 है, तो उनके इस साइड और इस साइड का रेशियो भी 1:2 हो जाएगा। सो एरिया का रेशियो 1:4 हो जाएगा। अब अगर यहाँ पे देखा जाए तो ये जो मैं ग्रीन, ये और कोई कलर यहाँ पे ले लेते हैं, ब्लैक एरिया, यदि ये ब्लैक एरिया 1 है तो ये पूरा का पूरा ब्लू एरिया 4 हो जाएगा। साइड का रेशियो 1:2 है, ये वाला भी 1:2 होगा और ये वाला भी 1:2 होगा, तो ये पूरा एरिया, ये पूरा ब्लू एरिया 4 हो जाएगा। यदि पूरा ब्लू एरिया 4 है तो ये जो बीच में वाला एरिया है, दिस ग्रे एरिया विल बी इक्वल टू 3। तो ये हमारा एरिया 1 आया और ये पूरा एरिया 4 आया, तो ग्रे एरिया आ गया 3। ग्रे एरिया यदि हमारा 3 आ गया, वही तो हमारा ट्रेपेजियम का एरिया है। देखिए ट्रायंगल का एरिया मैं ले रहा हूं, ट्रायंगल PST का एरिया मैं ले रहा हूं 1, तो बड़े ट्रायंगल PQ, ये क्या था, R, PQR का एरिया मैं ले रहा हूं 4। ये कैसे आया, कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग साइड के स्क्वायर का रेशियो 1:4। अब अगर हम ट्रायंगल PST से एरिया लेना चाहते हैं ट्रेपेजियम का, तो कुछ सॉल्व करने की जरूरत आपको है नहीं, QRST ट्रेपेजियम का। तो ये था 1 और ये था 4 - 1, ये था 1 तो ये था 4 - 1, 4 - 1 दैट इज इक्वल टू 3, 1:3। अगर क्वेश्चन ये था, बट आई होप ठीक 1:3 मुझे ऑप्शन में बच्चे ने लिख के नहीं दिया। एक तरीका, बहुत ही सिंपल तरीका, ये 1 था, ये 1 था, तो ये पूरा 4 था, तो 4 में से 1 हटा लेंगे, ये 1 है, ये बीच में 3 बच जाएगा। पहले मैंने ट्रायंगल का एरिया ले लिया 1:4 है, ऊपर वाला ट्रायंगल हटा दिया, ये आ गया हमारा 3। द रेशियो इज 1:3, बट इट वाज नॉट अमंग द ऑप्शन। वन थिंग, अनदर थिंग, ऐसे भी कर सकते थे। अब अगर हम यहां से लेके यहां तक की दूरी को ले रहे हैं 2x, तो ये हमारा हो जाएगा x, ये क्योंकि ये हमें x दिया हुआ था तो ये भी हमारा x हो जाएगा। जो लोग बहुत ज्यादा डिटेल में करना चाहते हैं, ये हमारा 2x था, ये x था, तो ये भी हो जाएगा x। अब ये पूरा सिमिलर हो गए फिगर, उसमें कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग एंगल्स आर इक्वल बिकॉज लाइंस आर पैरेलल, ये एंगल कॉमन है, ये 90 है, ये भी 90। अब देखिए इस, तो ये यदि a है तो ये भी 2a हो जाएगा। यहां रेशियो x:2x है, छोटे ट्रायंगल की साइड बड़े ट्रायंगल की साइड ये वाली परपेंडिकुलर x:2x, तो ये a:2a हो जाएगा। तो इसे यदि मैं a मान लूं, if I treat it as a, it will be equal to 2a. Now calculate the area of the triangle. Area of the triangle is half of base into height, इसे भी हमने a ले लिया, half 2a into x, half 2a into x, and area of the trapezium, let me shade it with the pink color. Area of the trapezium will come out to be half sum of parallel sides 4a in 4a, half sum of parallel sides, half sum of parallel sides into perpendicular separation between them, half sum of parallel sides into perpendicular separation between them, half 4a plus 2a into x, so वो आ जाएगा 2ax by 6ax, half and half cancel out। इतना सब कुछ करने की जरूरत बिल्कुल भी नहीं थी। मैं तो सीधा आपको हमेशा बोलूंगा कि साइड का रेशियो 1:2 है, तो ये छोटा इस टू बड़ा, छोटा इस टू बड़ा, क्योंकि यहां पे भी x है और ये पूरा 2x था, तो ये भी हमारा क्या आ गया, वाइट वाली हाइट हमारी क्या आ गई, x। तो इसका स्क्वायर कर लो, ये 1 है तो येलो वाला 4 है, यदि ये 1 है तो येलो वाला 4 है, तो प्योर येलो वाला, प्योर जो ये बच जाएगा शेडेड एरिया हमारा 3 हो जाएगा, वाइट वाला 1 था, सो 1:3 ऐसे आ जाना चाहिए, सेकंड्स में आ जाना चाहिए। 1:4 - 1 दैट इज इक्वल टू 1:3। तो ये कुछ क्वेश्चन थे मेरे पास, आप एक बार मेरे को करेक्ट कर दीजिए यदि कुछ और ऑप्शन था। इतना सब कुछ तो डिटेल में करने की जरूरत नहीं थी। दीज आर द 4 क्वेश्चंस आई हैव। एक और कोई परमुटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन का क्वेश्चन था, 4 में से 3 सेलेक्ट करना था, थोड़ा सा लैंग्वेज का फाइट था उसमें। आप कुछ और है तो बता दीजिए एक बार। इज देयर एनीथिंग एल्स विच आई एम मिसिंग आउट इन 4 क्वेश्चन, एनी इंफॉर्मेशन विच वाज मिसिंग, एनी इंफॉर्मेशन दैट वाज मिसिंग। ये स्टूडेंट्स ने दिए हैं क्वेश्चन, इसमें 1:3 तो मुझे कहीं भी नज़र नहीं आ रहा है ऑप्शन में, राइट। बट ये तो सॉल्व करने की ज़रूरत ही नहीं थी। 1:4 और 4 में से 1 हटा दिया, 1:3 आ जाएगा सीधा। देन आई डोंट हैव एनी अदर क्वेश्चन विद मी, दिस इज इरिस्पेक्टिव। 3 और 4 तो 2 और 3 तो यहाँ पे बिल्कुल सही है। मैटरनल पैटर्नल अंकल होगा और मैटरनल पैटर्नल ग्रैंड मदर होंगी, डेफिनेटली 2 और 3 तो सही है। अब दो दो करके ही ऑप्शन में मिल रहे हैं, तो 2 और 3 तो मुझे मिल गया। 4 इज नॉट अवेलेबल, आई कैन नॉट कमेंट अपॉन 4। फर्स्ट इज not perfect because only word is not there. Then here it is, if यहाँ पे अगर 30.8 था, आंसर विल कम आउट टू बी 30। यहाँ पे अगर 30.5 था, आंसर विल कम आउट टू बी 20। you knows or he knows what value was there. And this is a very simple one. We can do it through binomial, we can do it through common sense, we can do it through independent events. And सिर्फ A में 6 आए, बाकियों में ना आए, सिर्फ C में 6 आए, बाकी दोनों में ना आए, सिर्फ B में 6 आए। तो हर जगह पे हमें मिल रहा है 25/36, and everywhere I'm going to get here 25/36, and everywhere, sorry, 216, 25/216, 3 बार मुझे मिल गया 25 by everywhere 216, everywhere 216, so 75/216। ये देख के तो लग रहा है पेपर इज इजी टू मॉडरेट साइड, बट आई डोंट हैव ऑल द क्वेश्चन, सो इट विल बी डिफिकल्ट टू कमेंट अपॉन द, ठीक है। सो डिपेंड अपॉन इसमें भी क्या क्वेश्चन था, कुछ लोग बोल रहे हैं गेटिंग अ 6 था, गेटिंग अ 6 में आंसर चेंज हो जाएगा। डायरेक्शन वाला तो मेरे पास कोई भी क्लू नहीं आया है। आकाश हजरा, आकाश हजरा, नॉलेज पार्क, थैंक्स फॉर कंफर्मिंग दैट 30.8 was there in the question. If there was 30.8, then answer will come out to be this, ठीक है। Thanks for confirming 30.8 था। Any other thing? वो अगर 4 में से 3 सेलेक्ट करने के चांस है, उसमें अरेंजमेंट मैटर नहीं करेगा, सो 4C3 हो जाएगा। बट लैंग्वेज ही नहीं है क्वेश्चन की उसकी। जो आइसक्रीम वाला क्वेश्चन है रामलाल पोगो, इट विल ऑल्सो डिपेंड, रामलाल पोगो जो आइसक्रीम वाला स्कूप वाला क्वेश्चन है उसकी लैंग्वेज नहीं है। अदरवाइज 4C3 करके 4 आ जाएगा, बट अरेंजमेंट मैटर्स और डज नॉट मैटर विल ऑल्सो। फिजिक्स लैब वाला तो कुछ भी पता नहीं है क्या क्वेश्चन था, और डायरेक्शन वाले क्वेश्चन का कोई आइडिया नहीं था। एपीएस एंड कृतिका मदान, ठीक है। डायरेक्शन का क्वेश्चन इजी ही होगा, लोग आंसर कर रहे हैं साउथ ईस्ट, आई एम नॉट अवेयर एग्जैक्टली। साउथ ईस्ट था, सभी साउथ ईस्ट बोल रहे, मेरे पास तो डेटा ही नहीं है क्वेश्चन का, ठीक है। चलिए फिर we'll discuss your next subject, whatever it is, right? इंग्लिश का पैराग्राफ, बेटा मुझे कोई इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं है पैराग्राफ। बच्चे यही क्वेश्चन का डेटा पूरा नहीं दे पाए तो पैराग्राफ का डेटा कैसे देंगे? हाँ, मायोपिक का मतलब तो शॉर्ट साइटेड होता है, ऐसे भी यूज होता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल समथिंग जिसका विजन ना हो बहुत बड़ा, राइट? ही हैज अ वेरी मायोपिक vision, but I am not aware of the question. चलिए then will some next faculty will be joining you. Enjoy the discussion, rise higher, shine brighter. Hope it was a paper which was easy to moderate. Moderate will be the right word. Hope you score well. Best wishes from the deep down core of our heart. Rise higher and shine brighter. Thank you so much, guys.
Good evening, students. Good evening, friends. Myself, I am Srinivas. So, I will be discussing the solutions of the digital logic subject of morning session computer science. Of course, the questions what we received, they are from few of the students. They are memory based questions. We received 3 questions. Total questions students are mentioning, there are 4 questions with a weightage of the 6 marks, but correct questions, possible extent, correct questions we are having 3 questions here. I am going to discuss these 3 question solutions. We are having one question here, it is from the sequential circuits. So, basically very simple question. We are here, few of the students mentioned the mod value of the given sequential circuits. Few of the students mentioned as the mod value of the given sequential circuit. It is mentioned by few of the students, and few of the students mentioned the same question on the same circuit. Few of the students mentioned how many distinct states the above sequential circuit is having before, it is an important word here, before reaching to initial state. So, answer will vary if we are having the question as the mod value of the given sequential circuit. The answer here what we are getting and the answer what we are going to look here will differ. Based on the wording what we are having, it will differ. For the first case, the answer will be 8. In this case, we will be having answer is 8, whereas in this case, we will be having answer as 7. I will discuss how it is so. The given sequential circuit is basically built by using D flip flops, and we are having here MSB flip flop input. MSB flip flop is flip flop 3. This flip flop 3 input we are having from the LSB flip flop complementary output. So, we are looking here basically the MSB flip flop input as this Q0 complement, and the flip flop 2 input is from the flip flop 3 output, flip flop 1 input is from the flip flop 2 output, flip flop 0 input is from the flip flop 1 output. So, based on this connection, it is basically Johnson counter. It is Johnson counter. So, Johnson counter, if it is having the number of flip flops in the Johnson counter we are having as n, the number of distinguishable states are the mod value of the Johnson counter. If you look, the answer is 2 into n. The answer is 2 into n. So, here we are having 4 flip flops, so answer will be 8. Answer will be 8. But if you are looking here, how many distinct states the above sequential circuit is having before reaching to the initial state? If the question is coming like, if at all question asked like this, then out of these 8 states, one of the state will be the initial state. Excluding that initial state, we need to give the answer. So, answer in this case will be 7. The answer in this case will be 7. And if you want further details in detail, so we are having here these 4 flip flops Q3, Q2, Q1, Q0 are respectively the flip flop outputs from MSB to LSB, right? And flip flop 3 input, if you name as D3, D3 input we are having from the LSB flip flop output. So, LSB flip flop output we are having the D3 input. Of course, the output is the complementary output Q0 complement. Whenever we are applying the clock, the Q0 complement is entering into the flip flop 3, Q0 complement is entering into the flip flop 3, Q3 is entering into the flip flop 2, Q2 is entering into the Q1 flip flop 1, flip flop 1 output is entering into the flip flop 0. So, basically we are having the transfer of the data like this as and when we are applying the clock. as and when we are applying the clock. We are having external clock is common to all the flip-flops. The circuit is synchronous sequential circuit, is a Johnson counter. Suppose we are having initial content in the register as this. We are having initial content considered as all zeros. Before applying any clock signal, we are having Q0 complement is 1. So as and when we are applying the clock, with the first clock signal, we are having flip-flop 3 input is 1, so that the flip-flop 3 output is 1. Flip-flop 3 data is coming to flip-flop 2, flip-flop 2 data is coming to flip-flop 1, flip-flop 1 data is coming to flip-flop 0. So that after first clock pulse, we are reading the content in the register is, we are reading the content in the sequential circuit or in the counter is 1000. So before second clock pulse, we are having the D3 input is 1. As and when we are applying the clock signal, we are looking, it is a content we will be having in the register. So basically this Q3 is entering into the flip-flop 2, Q2 data is entering into the flip-flop 1, flip-flop 1 data is entering into flip-flop 0, and the D3, that is the flip-flop 3 input, is Q0 complement. Q0 complement is coming to the flip-flop 3. So if you go on applying the clock signals like this until it is back to the initial state, then we are looking here. Before third clock pulse, it is 1. Whenever we are applying third clock pulse, this is the content we are having in the register. Before fourth clock pulse, we are having Q0 complement is 1, so that after fourth clock pulse, we are having all the bits in the counter are 1. So if the question is what is the mod value of the counter, then we are going on applying the clock signal until it is back to the initial state, So before fifth clock pulse, we are having Q0 complement is 0, because Q0 is now 1. As and when we are applying the clock signal, we are looking, this 0 is coming to flip-flop 3, and of course other 3 flip-flops are with a value of 1. Before sixth clock pulse, we are having D3 is 0, because Q0 is 1. When we are applying the sixth clock pulse, we are having it is a content. So before seventh clock pulse, it is 0, because Q0 is 1. When we are applying the seventh clock pulse, we are having it is the content. So it is not back to the initial state, we are going further. So with the eighth clock pulse, we are looking, the circuit is back to the initial state. It is back to initial state. So if the question we are having, what is the mod value of the given sequential circuit, the answer will be 8, right? But if at all we are having a question, how many distinct states the above sequence circuit is having before reaching to the initial state? Before reaching to the initial state, how many distinguishable state the above sequence circuit is having? If that is a question, then we need to exclude this last state. So if we are excluding the last state, distinguishable states we are looking as 7. In fact, no need to develop this much of table. It is a simple question. While looking to this, possible to recognize it is a Johnson counter, because the LSB flip-flop complementary output is the input to the MSB flip-flop. So from this we are having identification as it is Johnson counter. Once it is Johnson counter, the mod value is 2n, where n is the number of flip-flops. So if we are having a question, what is the mod value, or how many distinguishable states, if at all the question is how many distinguishable states the given sequence circuit is having, in both these cases the answer is 8. But if the question is coming something like this, how many distinct states the above sequence circuit is having before reaching to the initial state, then excluding the initial state we need to speak the answer. In that case the answer is 7. So reading the statement, if at all I am not sure whether it is asked like this or like this, because the questions came from the students. By chance, if at all this is a question, there is a possibility without reading properly the statement, the students may be doing the mistake while giving the answer is 8. If this is a statement, the correct answer is 7, not 8. If this is a statement, the correct answer is not 8, the correct answer is 7, right. So, it is a question from the sequential circuits. Let us move to the next question. The next question is from the K-map, from the Boolean algebra work. We are having very simple, straightforward question. The minimal, it is to be minimal SOP expression of the Boolean function f of a, b, c, d. The Boolean function is on 4 variables and the minterms we are having for this function 0, 2, 4, 8, 10, 11, 12. So, we are having this as MCQ question, multiple choice question. So, by using K-map, by using 4 variable K-map, it is possible for us to identify which is coming as the minimal SOP expression. So, 4 variable K-map we need to use. The variables are A, B, C and D. Based on the description, the MSB variable is A and LSB variable is D, right. So, these are the headings for rows, these are the heading for column headings, right. The minterms mentioned as 0, 2, 4, 8, 10, 11, 12. These are the minterms we are having, right. So, number of minterms based on the description we are looking as 7. So, minimal expression, it is a question, minimal expression is a question. Hopefully, it is familiar to you. If somebody is not familiar, these are the cell numbers, these are the cell numbers we are having. So, in the corresponding cells, we are entering the value as a 1 because these combinations are the minterms. The minterms function output is 1. Now, we are looking this sorry, this 11 we are having possibility to cover with this 10. So, the product form for this 2 cell subcube, the product form of this 2 cell subcube is A, B complement C, A, B complement C, D changing, D won't present. And we are looking here the coverage of 4 and 12, these minterms we are having possibility by using this 4 cell subcube. So, this 4 cell subcube product we are reading as C complement D complement, C complement D complement, A, B changing, C and D are with 0, 0, so that it is C complement D complement. And the coverage of the minterm 2 we are having possibility with a group of these 4 cells, with a group of these 4 cells. So, the group of these 4 cell product we are having as B bar D bar, B bar D bar. So, the coverage of the minterm 11 by using this 2 cell subcube, it is having a product as A, B complement C, and the coverage of the minterm 4 and 12 by using this 4 cell subcube, it is having a product as C complement D complement. The coverage of these 2 we are having with this 4 cell subcube, it is B complement D complement. So, these 3 subcubes are covering all the minterms. So, while taking OR operation among these subcube products, we are having the minimal expression. So, the minimal expression we are reading as A, B complement C or with B complement D complement or with C complement D complement. So, we are looking the matching answer to this question. The matching answer to this question is option A. So, answer we are having for this question is option A. The answer is option A. Let us move to the next question. The next question we are having again a simple question from the number system. We are having here a question as the 2's complement representation of -6 is 1 0 1 0. it can be expressed as, we are having two options here, option A and option C. These two options we are having with 8-bit representation. The given data is in the 4-bit form, and here option A and option C we are looking with the 8-bit representation, and option B also 8-bit representation. Option D we are having with the 16-bit representation. See, we are having the given number is -6. Its a 2's complement representation is 1010. It is 1010. So whenever it is to be expressed in a register of more than 4-bit size, only the sign bit will be extended to the left side. The sign bit will be extended to the left side. Suppose you want to represent as a 5-bit number, then this one will be, MS bit will be given here, and the remaining 4 bits will be as it is. If at all we are looking here, what is its equivalent decimal value? So while looking to the sign bit is a negative number, and we are performing the 2's complement operation on this total content. Whenever we are performing the 2's complement operation on this total content, it is, so effectively the decimal value we are reading as -6, right? So it is the question related with the sign extension. In fact, this question we are having in our CPQ book as well as in the workbook. A similar question we are having the CPQ as well as in the workbook. Even in the GTQ also I covered this question. So based on this knowledge, without much time spending, we are having possibility to answer to this MSQ question. It came as a MSQ question. So we are having possibility to answer as this 1010 we are having the remaining bits, remaining 12 bits we are having as 1. So definitely this is one possible answer. And coming to the option B, this 1010 we are having as it is, and the remaining 4 bits are MS bit. So it is the answer. So we are having answer for this MSQ question is option B and option D. So these are the 3 questions what we received from the students, little bit correct. Other question we are not received properly, so I am not discussing other question here. So the questions what we received from the students, they are very simple, very easy questions. A special preparation not at all required to work on these questions. First question what we discussed here is this sequential circuit. It is basically Johnson counter. It is a familiar circuit. And the next question what we discussed, it is a from the K-map. K-map is standard one. Even in the GTQ also I mentioned, definitely you will be having a question from the K-map. So this is a question, and number system anyway, it is a guarantee question. And in the number system also the question what it came in the paper, little simple question. Hopefully you did well. God bless you. Good luck. All the best. Thank you.
Yeah, so good day. For the morning session, the computer networks questions which I got from the students and from the different perspectives. The questions are very easy. and overall the exam is easy and moderate. The questions whatever I received from the students, nearly 5 questions I got it. So, let us try those questions. Yeah, this question is regarding the error control. So, basically the error control, whatever you are going to provide at the possibly at a data link layer for a small data, call it as the frames, and also at end to end at the transport layer you can provide a error control. This is a very easy question. Okay. So, what they have mentioned that probability of flipping the bit is 0.01. So, you can observe that when I am transmitting the data from the source computer to the receiver computer, suppose assume that I have taken a point to point link or a dedicated link. Okay. In fact, we can call it as the data link layer. So, whatever you transmit a data or a message, so on the network noise will be there which can modify your data. So, it is mentioned that probability of flipping the bit means only one single bit they have mentioned. So, we can say the probability of not getting bit error, probability of not getting the bit error, probability of not getting the bit error. So, this we can written as 1 minus and this value is what 0.01. Okay, because total probability is 1. So, if the failure probability is 0.01, success probability will be 1 minus 0.01 and that is the probability of a success of a particular single bit actually, single bit. I think students are given some answers. Okay, let us see. So, then this value if you calculate how much you are going to get 0.09. So, this is the probability of single bit error. Okay. And you can observe that what is the message size you are transmitting is 5 bits. Whatever the message you transmit, it is how much 5 bits. Then if the entire message has to be reached to the destination in a successful way, every bit should not be modified. So, you can see the probability of success of the first bit will be 0.99, that is what we have calculated, into the success of the second bit will be 0.99. So on like this, how many bytes you transmit, as 5 bits is the complete message. This model of questions we have solved in the G2Q also, the direct question you got in the simple question. And finally, the answer is how much 0.99 whole power 5. So, if you calculate you will get that value. So, it is a direct question. Okay. Yeah. So, this is the one question regarding what error control. This is the final answer 0.99 whole power 5. So, let us go for the second question. This question is also the direct question. It is regarding the TCP, the protocols which you are going to use in the transport layer. One is a TCP, the other one is the UDP. The TCP is a connection oriented service. So, based on the given information, they have directly asked for the connection establishment. So, for the connection establishment, there will be a 3-way handshaking. Okay. So, what is that 3-way handshaking? Normally it will happen. So, this is at the sender's TCP and at the receiver side here you are going to have the receiver's TCP. Above the transport layer, say like you had a application layer, at the receiver side also you are having the application layer. There are different protocols like HTTP, FTP, SMTP, all such protocols, they depend on this TCP for the connection establishment. So, who will be the initiator? Client only. So, client is going to transmit a sync segment. So, and on the other side, if the request is accepted by the receiver for getting with the help of the proper credentials, then it is going to give the reply with sync plus ACK. So, they are just representing with this P1, P2 and P3, say this value is P1, P2, P3. So, based on that you can solve it. So, basically here this TCP is going to support full duplex. Both the sides you can transmit the data after establishing the connection. So, the connection establishment procedure will be done with the help of these control segments like sync segment and the ACK segment. So, once you get this sync plus ACK, client understands that connection is established. See, along with this ACK, why you have to transmit this sync? This sync is a request establishment from the server to the client, because both the sides you can transmit the data. So, on the other side you can try to establish a sync. But the basic idea is, for providing the security to the data, the initial sequence number in the sync segment whatever you transmit, that should be a random number. Okay? Yeah. So, this is also very easy question. So, on the other side, for the client to the server side, for this particular sync you have to send the status of it, whether it is received safely or not. So, you can start sending the ACK. So, during the connection establishment, normally three-way handshaking will be done. So, given information, because it is only a random information which we got from the students, if it is exactly correct, you can match P1, P2 and P3 and you can substitute. But the procedure is what? For the sync segment, whatever you use a sequence number, this acknowledgement number will always be the sequence number of the next expected data. Say for example, if the sync sequence number is 0, it will be ACK value will be 1. If the sync number is 1, here the ACK value will be 2. So, that is how, because the only way the sender knows your request whatever you transmit, it is accepted or not, we know with the help of the acknowledgement. So, based on that you can substitute, so you will get the answer. So, you can see the first one and the second one, these are very easy and the standard questions. So, every student are able to solve in an easy manner. Let us go for the next question also. Yeah, here the basic idea of the entire computer networks, basically you know the task of transmitting the data is not so easy, only that can be done easily when the complex task is divided into small parts. So, for dividing into small parts and the task of doing work of the particular functionalities will be assigned to different layers. So, it is a very direct question, what are the functionalities of different layers they have asked. Okay. Yes, Ahmad, good, thank you. Teja Surya, yeah, the exam is very easy. Exam is very easy to moderate. The question is, I mean, the exam is very easy because questions are the standard questions you can answer. Now you see the network layer. So basically the network layer functionality is done by the devices like routers. So what is the main purpose? It is to forward the data packets. There will be multiple interfaces or multiple paths in the internet. So the basic idea is routing. When I am solving some questions in the offline and online classes, I just suggested like match the following questions also they can ask. See, one such question is here. Okay, you can observe that the network layer main functionality is routing, which is done by the router. So this is going to match with that. See, firewall is a security device, but a router is for the routing device. And why do we require this data link layer when you already have a transport layer? See, to provide a abstraction or to have a end-to-end flow error control and synchronization end-to-end in the internet for whatever you transmit, it will be taken care by the transport layer. But at a lower level, normally at a data link layer, the functionalities like flow, error control and framing will be done by the data link layer. So you can see It's a direct functionality question they have asked, like match the following. So the data link layer, the larger data which is coming from the above layers should be divided into the frames which is a smaller size. So this is one functionality, and you have to provide a error control. You can see that first question whatever we provided is the error control actually. Okay, like that. So this is also very easy. These are the functionalities, you can directly click on it. So since the paper is easy and moderate, so the overall the cutoff value can rise, the highest marks also can be a little bit high compared to the previous years as my observation. Okay. So this is one standard question of this OSA model or the TCP IP model. Yeah, Kritika, Shipra, good. So let us go for one more question, like which question is given in the computer networks. So you know, like some 10 to 15 model questions we have discussed both in the offline and online classroom topics with a diagrammatical view, how actually the routers are forwarding the data with a pictorial representation. See, based on that it is asked, that is a longest mask matching. You have solved a lot of problems on it. Okay. So how to solve it, you know very well. This is a very direct question. This is the destination IP, the packet which is coming from a particular source, and once it is reached to one of the interface of the router, it has to perform bitwise and at every interface of that particular router, and the time taken is called processing time. So basic strategy is what this destination IP, you have to perform bitwise and with this mask. If it is after doing the calculations, whatever you get that value called network ID or some ID, if it is matching with this value, then you can forward via this particular interface that you can call it as the ETH1. So if you want me to solve it, it's something like this. Just for example, say the destination IP is 145.36.109.17 and the initial mask value for the first row is 16. So 16 is 16 ones followed by the 16 zeros. So here I can write 8 ones is 255, again 8 ones is 255, 0.0. Now you have to perform bitwise, and any number you perform with 255 you will get 145, and again here the same number is 36, it is 0.0. So how I am able to substitute directly this value? You are not normally going to apply, here you are applying something called it as the heuristic approach, where you know some shortcuts and you try to perform bitwise and. So normal procedure is if you know the formula and you substitute, you get the answer. If you do analysis and you solve, you will get somewhat larger value. The meaning of heuristic approach is you know that any number you perform with a 255, you will get the same number. So that is the meaning of the shortcut method or some heuristic approach. You can say it is matching with this particular value. So you can put this value as ETH1 is one answer. But if you try with the /17, that value is mismatching. So this cannot be the answer. So basically with the basic mathematical knowledge we are trying to solve like this, but practically who will do this? The device called router in the WAN area or the internet will be done. So let us go for the third row. Here the destination IP of a particular packet is 36.109.17, and you can observe in the third row the mask is /18. See, /18. So how in a heuristic approach, like with a shortcut method, I can write this value as 255.255, already 16 done, 2 more ones is 192. So this is called a heuristic approach, when you know some shortcuts and you can apply like that. So by performing bitwise and you will get this value like 145, 36, and here the fourth row is 0, and the third row if you calculate you are getting 64.0. So you can see it is matching with this number. So you can see this is also answer. So you can observe that more than one answer you got, but you cannot go for a MSQ here. The point is here you have to apply a concept. A lot of problems we have solved in both online and offline sessions. So you have to apply something that is called it as a longest mask matching. So when you get more than one answer, the mask which is having more number of ones, see here you had a more number of ones. So this is the final answer. So you can say only ETH3 is the answer for this particular question, and which is very easy, which everybody is able to solve it. Okay. Okay. Yes. So this is one question regarding the routing. So if you observe all the questions, like the first question is regarding error control. Second question is I think just now we have taken here. This is the OSA model, and this third question is regarding the longest mask matching. Yeah, from the different layers they picked the questions and they have given. This question is, we have solved a different fragmentation model questions. So from one of the model they have given. So basic idea of this question is what? Fragmentation is something like dividing into the tiny parts. Once you get some packet where the packet size is more than MTU, the packet size more than MTU, so it will be fragmented, divided into small parts. So based on that, if you divide this 15,000 bytes by this particular MTU value, since it is smaller, fragmentation will be done. So basically here what happens is, when you are solving it, you are going to get 4 fragments actually initially at this MTU, because here this 5000 whatever it is there, we can write the IP header which is 20 and it is something like 4980. So the payload value is 4980. So this particular data is greater than this value. So you have to do the fragmentations, where when you are able to solve, you will get a 4 fragments, each fragment of having a payload value of data 4980, which IP header is 20. But one important concept you will be knowing, where when you want to find some optimum solution, these fragments should not be joined immediately at that particular MTU. So since each again that single fragment is 4980, again will be divided into 2 parts actually, because there is a MTU which is 3000. Or the basic idea is, whenever a packet is fragmented, it can be further fragmented if a smaller MTU occurs in the network. So you got. So in that process, once you get a 4 fragments, for the first fragment, again it will divide into 2 more, second fragment 2 more, third fragment 2 more, and for the final fragment it is hardly having some very less number of bytes which is allowed by this MTU, so it is only 1. Okay, so whatever the fragments which is reached to the destination, it is 7 fragments. So they are asking the number of fragments is what? 7 fragments. So the basic idea of this question is, whenever a packet is fragmented, it can be further fragmented if a smaller MTU occurs in the network. Okay, that is the basic idea of this question. So if you go for the next question, which is given in the forenoon session exam. So I think this is one question. I think all questions, 5 questions we have so far, whatever I have received. Okay, yeah. So overall the paper is very easy, and the sessions of all the faculties of the respective subjects on the forenoon session is given by everybody. The afternoon session paper is going to be discussed within 2.5 hours once the exam is completed. So hope all the students have done well. All the best. Thank you very much.